We are live. Peace, everybody. Welcome to the latest installment of Playing with Destiny Tarot Relationships and the Card Game of Life. My name is Dre. Sitting here politicking with my sister Chrissy. What's going on, sis? Empress Chrissy. Put some respect on her name.
Because I damn sure earned that for sure, for
She
sure.
damn sure done earned it.
Peace to the peoples. Peace to
What's
the
going
people.
on, sis? How you feeling
All
today?
good. It's
Yeah,
all
she
good
good.
today.
Everything all good. Good Monday, good moon day.
Yep.
Definitely got some definitely done got some good rest today. I ain't really do too much today, so I'm right there with you on the laid back, relaxed, chilling side of the game today.
Mhm.
We gonna get into the year ending, so we gonna kind of talk about how the year went, talk about what's going to happen going into the new year, and also we're gonna speak on some things in relationships about what we learned in relationships this year to see or expect to build on and go into for next year.
This year was like you said, was a seven of hearts. So the seven of hearts was um really was like about food, about universal love. Um, like I said, your diet. So this year you probably would have been dibbling dabbling with different types of foods and um also about relationships. So because the love, because the seven of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Um and the seven also is spiritual. So learning more about your spiritual, the spiritual part of who you are, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Boundaries.
right. Definitely balance. It's some conflict too with that seven
Yeah,
of
yeah,
hearts.
yeah. For sure, for sure.
Conflict, betrayal.
Yeah.
Uh, that's definitely on the rise in
Mm-hmm.
relationships. So that was a part of this year. And the seven of heart actually sits in the Venus area of the chart. So it sits in the good space for love and harmony, which takes us to the eight of heart. But the eight of heart is like down further to the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
but it's under Jupiter, which is going to expand and elevate that the love and more so healing with
Right.
that eight of hearts
Okay.
for 2024. So 2024, I look at it like healing over heals
Right.
because we have a lot of aspects and ways to heal next year.
Also, just to kind of piggyback on the Seven of Hearts, I also thought it was interesting that in the life spread of the Seven of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts was the Mars card. You know, the Mars is about action. You know what I'm saying? And the Jack of Hearts is about divine love. So, like the things that took place in your relationship this year are gonna kind of prepare you toward that divine love that if you are moving in those actions toward divine love, you're gonna actually put yourself on the path to get it going into this Eight of Hearts energy. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
And also for the 7-2, you have the result for this year is the six of heart, and that's like a karmic
Karmic,
relationship,
yeah, karmic
past
relationships.
relationship that you may have went back to this year.
Hmm.
Uh, but those are, I feel at this point, all everybody is karmic to each
Right,
other,
right, right,
right?
right,
It
right.
just depends on what spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but just know that this year, your relationship is definitely a lesson.
Right.
It's a karmic lesson
Hmm.
attached to your connection. I look at who you are, if it's a empress, if it's a whoever, masculine, whatever, feminine, it's still a karmic connection. So you're
Right,
gonna have to, learn some lessons.
right, right, right. So
You got
that
a lot of
moves
hearts.
us,
1, 2, 3. You got a lot of hearts this year.
yeah. So that moves us into the Eight of Hearts for 2024, which is kind of speaks to power over people. You know what I'm saying? It's like a social light, like any type of touch, like Reiki, massage therapist, charisma, all that type of energy. So we kind of move, like I said, like the relationships that you were coming out of, and the lessons that you learn from the karmic relationship that you're going through, or if you're still in it, you know what I'm saying. The lessons that you're going to learn are going to be kind of toward this eight energy this year.
Yeah, that 8 also represents success in
Hmm.
love, but also
Right,
heartbreak because
right,
you
right,
have a
right.
higher octave and a lower octave of that energy.
Hmm.
It's also the playboy energy, playgirl energy, but moreover, I feel looking at the whole chart and the whole hand
Hmm.
that it's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to heal some of these connections that we
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that the Eight of Diamonds was in the Saturn position in the life spread. So it's like you said earlier before we started, either it's gonna be abundance of love or abundance of bullshit,
Bullshit. That's
whichever
right.
one you coming with. You know what I'm saying? You going so that's how Saturn is gonna show you. It's gonna show you that in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? That Saturn's gonna put a mirror up, and depending on what you putting out, it's what you're gonna get back.
Exactly. And then the communication
Hmm.
and the love next year again are karmic
Right,
because of the six of clubs and Mercury, and then
right.
the six of spades and Venus.
Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, that's deep. And then just the fact that it's actually five planets in this spread, in the light spread, there's five planets in club. So it's a lot of communication that has to be, you know, communicated, so to speak.
If you could muster up the willingness to do effective, thorough communication in any connection, you will be able to work it out. Uh, we out here on this journey, and it's school, and we learning, and we have to
Hmm.
learn how to hold each other up. You know, you good at this, I'm good at that. We got this. Communicate effectively.
Right.
Be open and vulnerable and accountable. And
Yeah.
this is the year. Next year is the year to really solidify some healing in these connections.
Man,
And
that's deep, and it makes a lot of sense just from some of my past experiences recently. It was like we could just get this communication together, then we wouldn't have any issues. Like it was really just communication. Like it was
yeah,
literally just communication. Like that's it. Like if we could communicate effectively, shit would be smooth. But the communication just wasn't aligning. But yeah, like you know what I'm saying, I can definitely tell. I can definitely make sense. And now just seeing some of the situations I'm in now, like the communication is so pristine, like it's so on point, it's so aligned that it's like it's easy. Like once you know that you both going in the same direction and y'all on the same page with stuff, shit is simple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course we still human. Of course we still gonna have our issues, but if we know we going in the same direction, then everything is everything. Everything is in alignment for real. Like we gonna have our human days, but knowing that communication is on point, knowing that we going in the same direction, it's everything.
yeah. So that's exactly right. And so with the communication, and like I said, the love. So the communication is the six of clubs. That's like nostalgia, uh,
Mm-hmm.
compromise. So you're gonna be getting a lot of past communication, past learning, maybe you went to school something in the past. You still learning about that. So that's
Hmm.
Mercury
Right,
about
right, right.
your speaking, your communication, your learning, and all that. It's going to be sync with what you did in the past,
Right, right, right.
as well as Venus. And the
Hmm.
six of spades is also about the past. This also talks about the law of karma and the fate and destiny and cause and effect. So let's look at it like this: whatever seeds you've planted in this area, the area of Venus, love, art, you know, it don't just be love, but even sometimes even money, material things.
Like your things you passionate about.
You reap what you sow, right? Exactly
Hmm.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's that reap what you sow energy for
yeah.
Venus for 2024.
Yeah, a couple of other keywords like mediator, uh, well connected. It's also success too, like successful. So it's basically like if you if you get the communication right, like I just said, like I just said twice, like it's gonna be on point.
Yeah.
My
And
homeboy came
also
in.
too with that six of spades, I don't want to forget as well either. It also brings health and work issues.
Hmm.
So when you look at that, that's Venus. So that's like females, Venus, Venusian type things. So you
Right,
might see some work issues in those areas too
right, right, right.
with that.
Um, I thought it was also what do we say that? So the Ace of Clubs is
The Pluto.
the Pluto, so that's your challenges.
Yeah.
So, but leading like once you conquer your challenges, or not conquer, well, I ain't gonna say necessarily conquer. You never really conquer them, but you start actually working with them, walking into the direction of handling your challenges well. Then the result card is the Queen of Clubs, and you get that, kind of like that. That's almost like the Queen is about like nurturing and stuff like that. But you
Mhm.
you get that ease in communication, I believe, like that communication that kind of be wise and like to
Mhm.
a point where like you'll be more so able to have more variety and more flexibility in your communication versus being so rigid and being like able to only see things from one perspective. You know what I'm saying? It'll be more varied in your ability to communicate.
Mhm. That's the result, right? The Queen of
Right.
Clubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's like also represents hard working.
Hmm.
So whatever you work hard at next year, you you can possibly get it because of this particular energy. And also the Superwoman card, uh, and also being very very busy but organized too. I need that
Right.
energy right now. The
Right.
organization.
Right.
Uh, so and also the Jupiter has the 10 of clubs, and I was talking to you earlier about with the Jupiter, that's bringing in our blessings and our opportunities.
Hmm.
You'll look at your faith and your beliefs,
Hmm.
but with that 10 of clubs, you're also going to see a growth in like podcasting,
Right.
uh,
Like
things about speaking, media. It's going to be expanded
it's gonna
also.
be expanded, yeah. Like the tens, the full combination. So like it's gonna fill up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
you're going to also see more. Uh, what do I see it? You're going to see more male themes, things that's geared toward more men because of the king of. I can't remember why I saw it earlier. I looked at it. I can't remember why I saw it earlier. What I looked at earlier, the king of hearts was somewhere in that, and so you're gonna see a lot of stuff about men,
mhm,
podcast men,
right.
and
Yeah.
I've been seeing that
Yeah, that
already.
masculine, that and
Yeah,
hopefully it's gonna be more a representation of the divine actual masculine energy versus some of the stuff we get that's that's be some bullshit for real.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're gonna see more of type like what we doing type like
Right, 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 right,
more of like the full spectrum, not
right.
just
Versus the clickbait shit.
that versus the kick blade. Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
because you're gonna see a lot more, across the board.
mm.
And
Nah, I
then we
get
have
that.
the God core in Uranus. So that's like, Uranus is about sudden changes, instability, and that's about mental health.
Mm,
So you can see mental health is already shaky and weak, but you can see it really, like, really expand next year to
yeah,
more and more and more. As to why we need those podcasts, we need stuff to help,
yeah,
help really help men process or
yeah. 'Cause it's just the time we living in is just strain on your mental health because it's so many illusions, so much stuff that you was able to, not even able to, so many things that we have believed to be one way that are actually turning out to be not that at all, or something completely different. So
right,
a lot of people are just kind of losing their shit based on what they're seeing, and so nah, I definitely get it. I mean, shit. Sometimes I be feeling like I'm losing my shit depending on depending on some of the shit I see.
right,
Just because it's like just like we talked about that documentary that you
right, right.
had showed me. Like that shit.
Yeah,
Like I'm like going forward. Like I don't believe shit. Like I don't believe shit that come. I already was a skeptic.
right, right,
But
right.
now I just don't believe shit based on how you can concoct a whole story and have everybody in on it and it'd be crazy. Like if y'all I know y'all don't know what we talk about right now. It was a documentary called the hoax of Trayvon Martin. Is basically detailing the Trayvon Martin trial and situation, and the guy who did the documentary, he did a lot of research and he looked into a bunch of stuff that I'm sure people never really even looked into further than the news that was being presented on it. But it was deep. So if you get a
Right.
chance to go on YouTube, it's called The Hoax of Trayvon Martin. Check it
Yeah.
out. You will be mind blown. But I just feel like everybody actors out here, man. Like I ain't gonna say everybody, but it's a lot of actors out here. People that we see and we take for face value is one thing, actually be something completely different. So
But I say at this point, your gut is your fact checker, right?
there it is. There it
Uh,
is.
you gonna feel it in your gut. You might not know what it is. You might not be. You gonna feel something in your gut. That's when I know something ain't right. I'm like, okay,
Right,
I don't know
right,
what it
right.
is, but something
Hmm.
ain't right, and I just go investigate, go to my altar, or do
Yeah,
whatever because it's both ways. You got both people on outside lying, telling the truth.
yeah,
It's merged together at this point. It's being
yeah,
together. So you don't
yeah.
know what's true, what's not, what's so when we got to go more within.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's like you said, like what you just said, that's to be on a t-shirt. Your gut is your fact checker for
yeah,
real.
your gut your fact check. That's right.
For real.
For
Man.
sure, sure. It didn't say me so many times. It didn't say me so many times in the last 2 or 3 years till I'm just convinced, that man, I feel funny.
Hmm.
Somebody right with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't say this a lot of times. Like, Chris, you always. So I just keep quiet. A lot of times I say, you know what? I already knew it.
Right,
I've
right,
been had
right.
my eye open. I've been looking
Yeah.
like trying to see. So,
Yeah, since we done known each other, you'd have hit me onto some shit. Like, I thought that. I ain't say it, but I thought it. Like, you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? So,
yeah.
so yeah,
I use
yeah,
my mouth
yeah.
shit a lot now. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right, right. Right.
Try to
So,
anyway.
for sure, you gotta honor that gut. Man. You gotta honor, and that's how you keep yourself out of stuff that could have been avoided for real.
Now
So,
this moon, this five was club in the moon.
hmm.
Uh, it's the adventure, wandering, the debater. So that's in the moon energy.
Hmm.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, especially since I don't know if it's just me, but you know, this it's been a lot of restlessness. Um, and you know that five is about restlessness and like
Right.
emotions and like the unseen or just like that moon energy. You know what I mean? Um, just the emotions. Definitely with me, definitely I've had a lot of restlessness and a lot of, you know, back and forth in my emotions. But I understand why though. I understand because like for me, it's been learning certain things or having certain realizations, having certain aha moments. So on one hand, I'm thinking a certain thing, or I guess what I was always thinking it to be, but then realizing what it is. So that back and
Oh
forth
yeah,
has
yeah.
caused that restlessness. You know what I
You have
mean?
that cognitive dissonance.
Right.
Yeah, that could be something. The cognitive dissonance.
Right. So
That
I guess
had me
that's the.
for a little while.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely keep you in certain spaces and certain places. But I guess that's a good transition or a good place to kind of go into our hold on a minute.
To the
Is the restlessness your subconscious trying to tell you something? That's my homeboy Perry. I didn't know Perry since we was little, since we was like in seventh
what?
grade. He said it's the restlessness your subconscious trying to tell you something. It can definitely be. He said he gets that from time to time. Nah, bro, it could definitely be your subconscious telling you things. Actually, yeah, in certain instances, especially if it's loud, especially if it's something that keeps coming up, it's definitely it could be telling you something. It could be telling you to kind of pay attention to whatever it is that is bringing it to your attention. So yeah, don't just dismiss it. Definitely take a look at it. I mean, sometimes it could just be you overthinking, but definitely take the time to examine it. You know what I'm saying? Run it through your personal filter, and you know, just make sure it's not something that's trying to be conveyed to you. But yeah, that's my guy Perry, man. We've been on each other for the longest. Why he said I was ugly. He said I was ugly.
What? You said what?
He said on the one of the he said I was ugly and
Oh,
when he first came on here. That's my guy. That's how we mess around though. I caught him ugly
yeah.
plenty of times too. But yeah, so transitioning, uh, what did we learn this year in our relationships? What do we learn since this year is coming to a close? Especially, and it's about to be your actual pretty much your whole year. You know, I still got 6 months in my
Yeah.
personal year, but what did we learn in our relationships this year?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, go first.
I can give a couple things.
Okay.
One of my biggest things that I was really able to integrate this year was to accept other people's choices
Hmm.
that they make without question.
Hmm.
Um, it posed some resistance because people don't understand, but so once you choose, I'm like this, all right, you chose, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
No back and forth because I learned that when you I won't say change somebody's mind or something like that, but let them we have free will and free choice. You
Right.
enjoy
Right. Right.
yours, I enjoy mine.
Right.
That's it's so much easier for me. That's one, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And the other one too I learned is, oh, I didn't learn, but I really had to cultivate.
Hmm.
Be clear on my desires. What do I value in
Right. Right.
relationships?
Hmm.
What can I give? What do I want? Or what do I want to give? What do I have to have? I don't have to have. You have to be clear, like as specific as you possibly can, because you will meet people that's cool but don't disrespect. They
They
don't
don't
align
line.
with your values and stuff, and it ends up not being good down the line. So getting that nipped in the bud in the beginning, it helped out a lot.
Especially
Uh,
when it's a situation when you like you said, you'll meet them and they be cool, and you kind of get hooked on the
That's
things
true.
that are
Yeah.
cool. You know what I'm saying? So then you don't even be thinking about the part that's gonna come up and trip you up and be like. So then now you in conflict because it's like, damn, they cool,
Right.
but this right here is some shit that I need, or this is some shit I desire, and I can't get that. So it's like it calls you to waffle and go back and forth, and then diminish yourself or suppress yourself, things like that. So
But I met some
yeah,
really cool guys that basically understood. They understood. They was like in conversation. Oh,
hmm
I get it. So it's so much easier when you know. And I used to be years ago afraid to say what I wanted in the
right,
beginning.
right, right, yeah, right,
It's like that's not wise because if you suppress what you want in the beginning and you just go full throttle in it, now you 6, 7, 8, 9 months, but you didn't say what you wanted though. So now
right.
we here almost a year. You gonna tell me now? Now
So
we
so now
situationship
it's
now. We in
now
bed
right,
with now.
right. Now it seemed like you switching up when you actually trying to stand on what it is you trying to stand on. It seemed like you switching up and you being
Right, right, right,
different.
right, right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? But that's
right.
yeah,
So now
definitely.
I'm from a jump. I'm not hiding nothing. I'm not
Right,
proving nothing. I am
right,
who I am, and I be upfront about it.
right.
Uh, and I mean, I just feel like that's a part of me loving myself. It's another
Yeah,
lesson,
facts.
which is a
Yeah.
lesson I started on this journey when I first started in 2016. That it
hmm
took me to this year
hmm
to actually really get. I'll be
Right.
transparent. Be
hmm
real with you. That's a
Right.
hard ass lesson to
Right.
really because if I care about you, I care about you. I mean, you have to jerk like I can't do it. You can't do it,
Right.
Kristen. You
Right.
gotta
Right.
step.
Right.
You can't do it. You gotta let it
hmm
go. So it's like it becomes you and that them
Right.
at
Yeah.
all the time. It's
Yeah.
like you can't. I learned not to waver on myself, and to be honest, I lost a lot
hmm
of connections because of that. And
Yeah.
I don't regret it because it's like I'm sorry. I chose me.
Right.
I did. I know it's different. You're not used to me choosing myself, but this year I had to put it into action.
Right.
Like
Right. Right.
I'm posting another 7 year cycle.
hmm
So I know if I don't do it now, damn,
You're gonna be back in
next
that
7
loop,
years.
stuck in
So
that loop.
I'm using my knowledge that I got, man. I'm
hmm
using my knowledge. It's no disrespect. I'm gonna always love, but that self love ain't just no. You have to really do it, and it's not just making yourself look pretty. It's doing the shadow work to tell myself, Christian, you fucked up too.
Right.
You
Right.
still
Right.
fucked up
Right.
too. You got
Right. Right.
issues
Right.
too,
Right.
you know.
Exactly.
And
Right.
they got me a long way this year, and I'm
hmm
proud of myself. Uh, although I did lose a lot, I gained a lot.
Yeah. 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 I mean, you truly never lose though. Like you get
You know what I
separated
mean?
from something else.
It's
Yeah. 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 I know
it's
what you mean.
physical loss.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying that for people who might not understand. Like
Yeah,
you don't never really
yeah.
lose. You shift. You shifting into more stuff that's actually
Right.
so when your next situation that you feel confident in going in is gonna be lined up and it's gonna be more to your, you know what I'm saying, to your frequency. Or
Right.
your frequency to change. So since your frequency changed, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna invite a different experience, basically.
And unfortunately, the more shuttle work you do, and the higher your frequency go, the less people.
Yeah.
It's
Facts.
on that level. It's just what it is.
Facts.
You
Yeah.
look like there's less people around. Like, damn,
It's less people it's less of the people that you remember or see on the way coming to that frequency. Like you would gain and you would have new people that come into your experience. But the
right,
people that you used to, the people that you familiar with, like if
right.
they not growing with you, then they're not gonna be there with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That
yeah,
type
I
of
met
thing.
hella people this year. I met a lot of people, that I didn't
We
know.
met this year.
Yeah, we met. That's what we met this year.
Right.
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 I
You
got
know what I'm
some buttons
saying?
all over, man. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I gained a
Yeah.
lot.
Hmm. So it's never really lost. It's just lessons.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it is. It's lessons. I'm talking my slang.
Right, right. Nah, you good. You good. You good. I'm just translating for everybody. I know what you mean. You know, so I'm just a translator right now. And I learned a lot of the same things for real. The biggest thing I learned this year in my relationship is boundaries. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like you. Like I'm a giver, I'm a lover.
Yeah.
27 degrees Cancer, so it's like I want to in my Venus on 27 degrees Cancer. So I'm like I'm all love and I want to do for people and stuff like that. But a lot of times I've noticed in the past and until now, it's like I give so much of myself that I don't have enough left for me. And then it's like you said, like, so people get so used to you doing for them and being there for them that when you start to do for you, it causes conflict, or not even necessarily that it causes conflict, but you look up one day and you realize that you done lost yourself. Like, you don't even recognize who you are. Like, it's things that you would do for yourself or the way you would show up for yourself. You haven't been showing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not getting the things that you feel like you need. You're not being heard. And instead of nipping it in the bud, with me, I've been more of a diplomat, try to be diplomatic, with certain people and realize that I look up one day like I'm not getting what I need. Like I'm not getting what I need. And then like some of the requests that you are sending out, some of the requests that you ask, the things you ask for are just kind of falling on deaf ears, or maybe even in my instance, it was just like you said, misalignment, not necessarily falling on deaf ears, but the way that they think that you want them to show up is different than what you recognize as showing up in the way that you ask for. You know what I mean? So it could be that it ain't just like people are. Sometimes we just get misaligned on the way that we show the things that we think the other person wants or needs. So I don't want to make it seem like like people in my life were purposely not doing or not showing up for me, but maybe this it was just a miscommunication in how it was being, projected or whatever.
But
So
you
yeah,
learn, but you learn what with that?
I learned that I have to first of all, like you said, and yours, be clear on what it is that I want so that I can know that where my boundaries need to be, you know what I'm saying? And then where my boundaries are, speak on it, and then it has a time frame, or it has a certain amount of time before like I act on, what I'm saying, changing up the energy versus trying to just, wait for shit to change on its own. Like, what I'm saying, or being like, well, I put this out there. I hope it change, or I hope it go this way. Like, what I'm saying, that again, it could be just a miscommunication, but even if it's being miscommunicated, like, hey, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to, demonize you or make it seem like, you doing wrong, but, this is this and I need it to be that. And if I understand if the capacity ain't there, what I'm saying, I understand if the willingness ain't there, but I need, that's what I need. And if, maybe we need to, figure out something different or whatever. And again, understanding what's for me and what's not for me. Like, what I'm saying, that was a big lesson this year. Goes right hand in hand along with my boundaries. Just like, you know, trying to figure out exactly precisely the things that I need and precisely how, just to get into situations where it's a flow versus it's something where it's, something hard. Like, I want to flow. Like, I don't want it to be anything difficult in my relationship. Any relationship I'm in, I want it to be a flow. Like, I want you to understand what I'm about, and I want to understand what you're about, so that we can flow in that understanding, versus going against the current, having to suppress myself or having to like not, say the things I need to say. Because I need to say I'm a communicator. Like, if me being a communicator, being with somebody who isn't necessarily a communicator, or they aren't free in their communication, or don't like things said a certain kind of way, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm just trying to convey what it is that needs to be conveyed. You know what I'm saying? And that conveyance sometimes causes conflict. It causes, the person who's not on that communication level with you or on a different communication level causes them to feel like, you being funny or you don't understand or this or that. Well, I just need to know what's for me and what's like going forward. I've realized the importance of
Mhm.
knowing what's for me and what's not for me. You know what I'm saying? When to pull the plug, when to, you know, say, okay, well, this ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Or I understand that you like this and I'm like this. So, this probably ain't going to be to our benefit. Um, then the last thing is leaving that penchant to be codependent behind. And they all tie into each other because everything I talked about ties into everything that I'm talking about. Understanding the difference between connection and codependency. Because, like we'll have a
The
connection with
big one.
people and like the connection be dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes the connection is rooted in codependency. Sometimes, you know, you're not growing, you're not enriching your life based on the fact that you codependent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm dependent upon this person for, I don't know, validation out of myself or outside of myself or whatever the case may be. And when we stop getting that, when it stops showing up, then it causes that conflict, and then you just got to realize that there's certain stuff you got to stand on for you. You know what I mean? And realize that the connection that you have is going to go hand in hand with who you are, and it's not going to be, again, like I said in the last one, it's not going to be like in conflict. It's not. It's going to be in a flow versus being in conflict. So yeah, just
If
learn
you give
about
one word
huh,
for 2023, what would you give? One word.
alignment, being
Mhm.
aligned. Like, you know what I'm saying, like aligning up with what is your highest, with your best, the highest version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just straight alignment
Alignment.
and and striving to be in alignment. Like, of course, it's gonna be times where it kind of be a little off, but at the same time, when you with somebody or you in communication, this ain't even necessarily got to be a relationship about companionship. This is our relationships.
Yeah, I
Like
was gonna say that.
anytime you in these relationships, it's just about, especially when you flowing, you just need to flow, and when you get out of it, when you went, I kind of got lost in what I was saying. When you in a situation where you with somebody that you can flow, you can get off track because it's okay. Like we gonna find the flow because we understand each other. We got our highest intentions at mind. So it's gonna be like, all right, well, damn, we're a little bit off track. What can we do to get back on track?
Yeah.
And then we can, we communicate well and we get back in the flow. But yeah, it's just I just learned a lot. To summarize, I learned a lot, and it's a lot about being in
Yeah.
alignment and actually staying true to myself for real, and
Oh yeah.
not being so diplomatic all the time. It's cool to be diplomatic. It's cool to be easy to get along with to a certain extent, but you can't allow that to get you, you know, off of your square and who you actually being.
I was gonna say that earlier too. It wasn't just about romantic partnerships. I was talking about
Right,
too. It
right,
was different types of relationships.
right, right, right,
Throughout 2023 for me too. That was like, you know, kind of, difficult. Kind of, friendships as well. Everything, all type of ships. It's all communication, like
right,
you said.
right. So yeah, we definitely done learn some things.
Yeah, a lot. 2024 looking good. I'm ready for 2024. I don't know why I'm ready for 2024, but
Cause
I'm
it's
ready
just time.
for 2024.
It's
Huh?
just time. It's time because we shifting. Like we done. like you said, we done learned so much. It's time to apply the things we learned. It's time to see
Oh
how.
Lord.
It's time.
Oh shit.
It's time for that
Uh,
application. We done went through the learning. It's time for the
I'm
application.
going on VAC. I'm going to be a retreat.
Said we going on VAC.
I'm
Time
going
for
off the
that
grid.
vacation.
I'm going to find me.
Like we said earlier before we came on, it's still gonna find you though. No matter where you can go off the
Yeah,
grid, they go off the grid to find your
yeah, my son going to find me anyway. You know,
ass.
he's criminal presence. So he finna give me the
Mm.
Christmas present. You got to get him his stuff first. But you go
So
anyway.
tell them what kind of pool we doing tonight.
Okay, we're gonna do a theme for each zodiac. Give you like it won't be your main theme, like it could be one of your themes for 2024. And we're gonna do a healing message and then the tarot. So I'll start with the oracle, the theme for and my cards have been cleansed and everything. These are general mess. These are general. They may not resonate. They may resonate. Take what do, leave what
Yeah.
don't.
If it don't apply, let it fly. If it resonate, let it marinate. All
Let
that.
us get a theme for Aries for 2024. Theme for Aries. Aries, you got new beginnings, contracts. So Aries in 2024, contracts could be in anything: contract, marriage, business, an apartment, a lease. But you got some new beginnings with some contracts in 2024.
That makes sense. I definitely I pulled the Seven of Pentacles for Aries. So that's rewards from hard work. The reward is in the journey. I know one specific Aries. We definitely been doing some hard work, and it's definitely gonna be some rewards from that journey. So yeah, cuz this for you right here. I already know.
Good deal, Aries. I like that. New beginnings, contracts. Let's get a healing message for Aries. Children. So this is Archangel's healing deck. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help my children. So Aries, you may have some significance with your children this year. I mean, next year, 2024. And again, that could be, I would say it's positive because of the card being positive. So like picnics and all kind of stuff going on. So that's good. Field trips and things like that. So what we got? Taurus.
Taurus.
Taurus. What are the oracle theme for Taurus for 2020? Ooh, contract again, but it's angels. Oh, can you see the camera?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So this tells me that if you do work with angels or your ancestors or spirit guides, but have some new ones coming into your circle next year because you have contracts and angels.
That's what's up.
Taurus.
That's what's up. I pulled the King of Swords, so that's like mastery of the mind, hard but fair. So just make sure that when you working with those contracts, you are clear in your mind and listening to what your angels, aka your guidance, is giving you, because they're gonna give you the real. So just don't be, it's logic over emotion, logic over emotion.
And so we have a healing What's the healing message for Taurus? Detox. Detoxification. So Taurus, throughout the year, you probably want to maybe do detoxes maybe every quarter or twice next year. It's good for you to do detox. And I know
Duly
Taurus
noted.
love their food, so
They do. They
they
definitely
love their
do.
food. So
We definitely do. We do.
make sure you detox it too. Okay. Gemini. Give us the theme for 2024 for Gemini. He's shuffling his cards real good. Gemini. Angels again.
So Angel's gonna be deep.
Astrology. So Geminis, you could benefit from maybe looking at astrology, maybe studying astrology, or you may be interested in astrology. And you know, in astrology, you have angles, which are also, I mean, you have angles, was also angels.
Mhm.
So you may be dipping down with some astrology next year.
So I pulled the Empress card. So that's about nurturing, living life full on, savoring the fruits of your labor. Um, so yeah, just kind of pleasure. Just tap into your pleasure. Maybe that's what your astrology is going to be telling you. Maybe your astrology is going to be leading you to, live life full on. So don't overthink it. Tap into your pleasure, Gemini.
And your healing message is also children, Gemini. So something significant with your children next year. And you could be maybe doing some healing stuff with your kids. Is it Cancer?
Yeah, Cancer.
Give us the Oracle
I'm all ears on this
theme for, I know, right?
one.
Mind shift and forgiveness.
Mhm. I can see
So
it.
it's something you got to shift in your perception of something to forgive. So you probably have an opportunity next year, cancers, to shift your perspective about somebody or situation in order to be able to bring in some forgiveness
Mm.
next year.
Damn, I could think of one person that applies to in my life heavy.
Yeah, I do
So
too.
I
For,
pulled
for you.
right. I
Yeah.
pulled the 10 wands, and it's about oppression and labor. The end is near, but it feels heavy, like I just said. So yeah, with that being said, that's that with Cancer, we so emotional, and some of the things that we deal with like feel so heavy on us emotionally, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to shake, it's kind of hard to get off. So the end is near, but that mind shift is going to help with the heaviness of it, and do the work to actually get through um, that heaviness. You know what I mean?
And y'all healing messages, leave a stressful situation behind. So it
Yeah,
kind of go in line with what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you gotta leave it behind, whatever's going on. And you will have do that, next 2024.
Right, right,
Uh not be getting lost. Who next?
right. Leo,
Okay.
Leo.
This is the thing for Leos for 2024. Leos 2024. Uh, forgiveness and Venus. So it's like the same with Cancer, but just Leo's, yours will be dealing with Venus type things. So it
Love
could
type thing.
be uh, your mother, your sister, uh, your girlfriend, your grandmama, any kind of feminine. You could be forgiven or being forgiven or forgiven next year with Venus energy.
And how you do that, I pulled the Hermit. So it's about pulling back, finding answers within, and being reflective. So that's how you can kind of understand exactly how to tap into that Venus energy through reflecting and just finding those answers from within. Leo.
Leo, your healing message is home help. So you may have something going on your home front next year, but you're gonna have help that's gonna help you. Uh, these cards can see. Yep. So if anything do come up, remember you got help. That's important.
Yeah.
God always got our back. You know,
Always, always.
your first line is your ancestors. If you
Yeah.
can work with your ancestors, they will always definitely have your back. But just know somebody they got your back. We got 2024 Virgos. 2024 Virgo. Like the same cards coming out.
Angels.
What we got for Virgos? What's that thing? Trust and mind shift. I trust. So you gonna have to trust your mindset, trust your beliefs, and trust what you feeling. You got to make that shift because you have to learn how to trust yourself. So that's the yours.
And I pulled the Six of Wands. Once you put that trust in yourself and you trust in your beliefs, mission accomplished, victory ahead, inevitable win. So that trust, and I know a lot of times Virgos be in conflict, but once you put that trust in your beliefs, Virgo, you got it. It's on point. You be on point.
And what is the healing message for Virgos? Exercise is key. Exercise is key. And y'all the ruler of that house in astrology anyway. Exercise. So exercise is key. Virgos for 2024.
Also, exercise could mean like exercise your ability to trust. Like, you know what I'm saying? Exercise what you
Right.
know, like, and not, ain't necessarily physical exercise. It's actually the knowing, but then applying that knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yep. You sure right.
Mm.
Who we got? Libras?
Uh, the Libra or Scorpio? It's Libra.
Libra.
Yes, Libra.
Good thing for Libra. Libra. You got Venus and Sacred Union. So for the Libras, you may be coming into a sacred union in 2024. That's for the Libras. Sacred union.
Okay. All right. I pulled the Seven of Pentacles. Hold on, seven? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles again, but this time it's in reverse. So it's about, but you got to put that work in. You got to put that work in to have that equity. So it's gonna be sacred. So it's not gonna be that no superficial, no none of that. It's gonna have to be actually some work you got to put in, and you're gonna have to be serious, and you're gonna have to actually have the right intentions. And then once you do that, that sacred love will take shape and take form.
Yeah. Let's get some healing messages for Libra. Improving health. Improving your health. I was just Libras. Yeah, y'all love. It's like improving your health. I would say look at what you are eating, what you are doing. Are you going outside in nature? What are what are you eating? Just overall health, not just your food either. Just your TV, your
Yeah.
radio.
What are your
You know,
intaking? Your
all because
intake.
Libras is very aesthetic, right? You like the nice, pretty, you know,
Right.
just what you take it in for your health.
Mhm. All right. So
And
the
you got
Libras.
Scorpio.
This
What do we got for Scorpio's thing? What's one of things for 2024? Ooh, Scorpio. You got healing, fake person. So you possibly be healing from somebody fake in your life or finding out that somebody in your life was fake, but you would be healing from that person. Uh, that's for Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpios.
Yeah. So I pulled the Star card, which also has the aspect of healing,
Yep.
and it's the power of belief. It keeps us going. Peace after crisis. So yeah, like it's gonna be some healing that takes place, but once you heal from that, like it's gonna be up. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that peace, and you're gonna be good. So just heal, Scorpio. I know how emotional Scorpios are, and how they feel everything. So once you go through all those feels, just know, and you put that work in and get through that healing, you'll be straight.
And
2024.
your healing message is alternative medicine. And
Hmm.
again, medicine could be food, music, radio. Your environment is your medicine.
Right, right.
So just be mindful of your environmental intake
Sagittarius.
for 2024, Scorpios.
2024 for Sagittarius.
And then we got
Sag.
Sagittarius.
I think.
Sagittarius. What is the theme for Sagittarius for 2024? You got the moon and ancestors. That's actually the same thing almost because your moon that is also ancestor. So you this Sag, yeah, you got some ancestors that's heavily around you. Look up the moon cycles if you're interested and work with the moon cycle next 2024. And also look up ancestor altars and work with the ancestors too if you're interested because Sag, those are our spiritualists, our the higher occult information. That's the spiritual zodiac. So definitely, if you are interested, do this 2024. They bring all kind of blessings to you to help the ancestors.
Well, I pulled the King of Cups, which is about mature love, commitment, mastered emotions, or leading with love. Um, so those ancestors will probably bring that energy that will, cultivate, help you cultivate that mature love, that commitment, and those mastered emotions that you need to succeed like in a relationship or any relationship for real.
And also, moon represents mother too. Say it. So
Right.
look at that too. And let's get a healing message from Sage. Easy does it. Easy does it. You gotta slow down a little bit. 2024. Have some stillness time. Have some stillness time in 2024. You're a busybody. That's all right though, 'cause I am too. We got Capricorn. Capricorn. What is the oral message for Capricorn for next year? I felt this card coming out. Past love, life lessons. So Capricorn, you got some life lessons from the past love that you'll be doing 2024.
So I pulled the Six of Pentacles in reverse, Capricorn. We already talked about sixes being karmic. So it's about pride and refusing to accept help. So don't let those be things that trip you up this year. And greed, this, and it ain't gotta necessarily be like money or anything, but it could be anything. But so just kind of look out for these type of emotions or these type of things: greed, refusing to accept help, and too much pride.
And what's the healing message for Capricorn? Do more research. Do more research. Let's see if we can help you find research on what? The divine.
Yeah.
The divine.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what that's about. What we just about the interdimensional.
Right.
Okay. We got
Pisces, last but not least.
Aquarius, right?
Oh yeah, Aquarius. I'm tripping. Aquarius, yeah, my fault.
That was me last week.
Right. Yeah, I did skip over Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Get yelled at about that later.
Aquarius thing for 2024. What is the
Aquarius thing for 2024? Aquarius thing for 2024.
Aquarius, you have divine counterpart and you have Jupiter. So you got opportunities for many, many blessings. You have opportunities for a divine counterpart. This could be to a female getting a male, which is Jupiter, or how you want to flip it around, whatever. But a union too for Aquarius.
So the way that I pulled the chariot in reverse, but the way that you keep that on track, Aquarius, is to, it says path riddled with like obstacles or find another way, but that basically tells me to stay out of your head and don't overthink things. Take things for what they are and don't sabotage it, really.
All right.
No sabotage in 2024.
Oh, I think upside
down. Aquarius.
And yours, Aquarius, was prayer works. Prayer works. So I know that we pray, but when you pray, you ask, right? But when you meditate is when you receive the direction and you receive how to get this prayer.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that, Aquarius, for 2024. So we got Pisces.
What's the 2024 thing?
We got Pisces. 2024. Pisces. Reflect, release, and reset nature. So you can use nature to help you release things, reflect. So Pisces, ground, right? Because you deep water. So next year it'll be good for you to remember to ground, to use nature out, the ground part, because water nature too, but the ground is part of nature.
The grounding, yeah.
Yeah.
So I put the 8 of Cups, and it's a new journey, and one aspect is you got to know when to walk away so that you can seek the unknown and explore, but also travel. So, don't be too tethered to a lot of things. Like it's things that's from the past. Like you don't have to feel like you got to hold on to things from the past. Like you can let go. You can seek the unknown so that you can get an idea of what that has in store for you and explore. Because it's your time to explore, Pisces.
Pisces, you also got to do more research. The same thing for you too. And that's actually your your area is spiritual, divine. So do more
Right,
research.
right.
And that's it, right?
That's it. I think we got through 'em. Hold on, let's see if anybody on here trying to get a reading.
On the Zodiac, I'm going on record. It's my past love for 2024. It's Capricorn. Ain't nobody else got that. I'm complaining, spirit.
Nah, I know that
I'm just playing.
my mine was pretty
I'm
on
just joking
point.
around, y'all.
I know mine was on point for sure.
I ain't worried about that. See, that's my life.
Hold on, let me double check and make sure that we don't have anybody asking questions on the.
Oh, I forget that shit. So
Um,
you can tell you the club card, and I'm not. While he looking at that, y'all don't forget that January the 4th, we're gonna have a virtual party. We're gonna do like open style, like readings. Um, bring your wine or your your weed,
Vittles.
your lavender. That's what I got.
Whatever,
And your you know,
whatever's gonna enhance the experience, we gonna chop it up. We
yeah,
gonna do some reading. We just gonna kick it for real, like how you would kick it in a party, but in 2024, like on the
yeah.
computer. Uh, we gonna talk about some real stuff, and we gonna chop it up for real. This is gonna be a real dope little building session for real. It's really a building session. So
That's
you know
January
what
the
I'm saying.
4th,
January the 4th is a Thursday.
Thursday at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Tap on in so that we can build, man. And like I said, we're gonna be doing some readings. Never know what you're gonna get that day. We might be feeling real good. You might get a whole read. You don't even know. Like what I'm saying? You don't even know.
I want one of them. I need one of them.
Yeah, so yeah, just tap in and we gonna kick it.
Is that TT?
Yeah. She been in here active.
How you doing? That's good. Good stuff. Nice to see you. Make sure you come on the 4th.
Yep, it's a Thursday,
Yeah.
the 4th. 1/4/24.
I need to email. I'm gonna email you too, T. I'm gonna email you something. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Wow. Another one. Okay.
Another one in the books, huh, sis?
Another one in the books. We'll be professionals after a while.
Man, in a minute. In a minute.
Professional. Yeah.
But if nobody don't have any reading requests, we gonna pop off of here. I should say her birthday Friday. So
That's what I remember. Yes, I have to talk.
yeah.
Email her. Yeah.
Right.
Remember.
So yeah. So we thank y'all for tapping in, and till next time.
All right. Peace. Good night.
Peace. Good night, y'all.